What's going on, everybody? 2 streams in the same day. Must be Christmas already, huh? Hey, CLD, what's going on, dude? Good to see you. Says, we are back. Yes. It's your boy. Heck freaking yeah. Indeed. Just got DoorDash on, so we're going to see if we get anything from DoorDash tonight. We'll get something. Just a matter of what, when, and where. Let's get Uber Eats on, too. Yeah, exactly. DoorDash first, then Uber Eats. So there we go. Now let's see if we can pick up a block on Grubhub, maybe. What do they got? Okay, they got 5 to 6:30, so sure. Guess we'll go with that. Cool beans. We got our blocks. Let's double check Roadie one more time. Pretty much anything after 5 with Roadie, usually a no-go. At least in my area. And surprise, surprise, nothing. Okay, no worries. And then nothing from Shipped. That's okay too. Kind of used to that. I don't know what happened with Shipped. But, oh well. Okay, so I'm thinking probably, I guess we'll head over to Winn-Dixie. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, we'll head over to Winn-Dixie. So yeah, we're ready to go. Plus, that'll give people some time to pop in. And we're taking my JCN bike. There we go. That's on the beans. Let's see. David says I'm on the break till 4:30. Slow time for me right now. Oh yeah. Yeah, it is 5:26 over by me. Yeah. I think I'm gonna need to tighten these brakes again. That's okay. That can wait. So I'm going to make my way towards Winn-Dixie. I think that'll be the right call. So pretty much that same area that we were at earlier today. Let's see. Dinner rush already started for you. It takes a little bit to kick in though. So even though like I know that dinner rush is typically like 5 to 9. At least that seems to be the rule of thumb. I think realistically it's more like 6 to 9. But that depends on the day. Yeah, don't mind the squeaks. Squeaky squeaks. But it's all good. But yeah, I'd say a lot of the time the dinner rush doesn't really start till like 6 over by me. Let's see, what do we got? We got P-Dubs. What's going on, P-Dubs? Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. You were heckin' dope. Hope you're having a good day today. We're just out trying to get some orders for the dinner shift. We made, in the apps, we made $24.25 earlier today, so it was pretty slow, let's just say. But if we can make another $35.75 That'll be our $60 goal, and you know, if it remains busy, then we can stay out, or we can go home. Either way. Alright. Let me press the not getting deliveries. Come on, DoorDash, let's go, baby. Send me an order. Let's go, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub. It is the time to send me an order. Hopefully, anyway. We'll get an order soon. Let's see what we got. We got Patricia. What's going on, Patricia? Good to see you. Patricia says, ding, ding, DoorDash. Indeed. We primarily did DoorDash earlier, when I came out earlier, alongside a roadie order, CPS. I think it's predominantly going to be DoorDash, if I had to guess. It's actually how it's been lately. For a while, Shipt was the one that was giving me the most overall opportunities and making the most money with. And then it went right back to DoorDash. So it's a good thing I got multiple apps, you know. I've seen a lot of Facebook posts of customers that don't like drivers doing multiple apps. And they usually complain about when people dirty stack and they deliver their orders late, which I can understand. But, you know, at the same time, we got to have multiple apps. That way, if one platform is slow, another platform might be busy. So you figure with Shipt being so slow in my market right now, it's a good thing I don't only do Shipt, you know? And heck, I haven't even been getting that many orders from Roadie either. Oh, here we go. All right, we got our first order. It's not a banger, but it's okay. So it's $4.50 for about 2 miles. And that's actually going to take us right over by Titus Landing. So that's actually a pretty good spot to be in. So we'll take it. East on Knox McRae Drive. Alrighty. Let's make sure I got my... Oh, yeah, that's right. I got to put the mile tracker on. Okay. All right, we're good to go. I use Stride, the mile tracker, because I also report my income on it, and I report my expenses. So just a cool place to keep track of that stuff, especially useful for when you're filing your taxes, you know. But yeah, that's the first order. Not the best, but it's good to get you going and started. Oh, but you got to remember, CLD, you got to remember that if I take orders like that, it's my fault that those orders are around, right? That's the logic, right? That's the hamster wheel logic that we got to operate on. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you can just refer to my live stream from this morning. But it's like, you know, don't blame the customers that don't tip. Don't blame the corporations. Blame the driver! Because it's not like we don't get blamed enough for everything, you know? But I digress. Alright, so the hot walk is just at the end of the road over here. Yeah, exactly. It's like, hey, don't blame the player, blame the game. And if the game changes in our favor, then so be it. Otherwise, you just gotta do what you gotta do, kings and queens. You know, that's just how we do it. Just gotta do what you gotta do at the end of the day. It's like, I'm not making money just sitting around twaddling my thumbs, waiting for magical orders to appear on my lap. That's not how it works. It's not like you sit on Santa Claus's lap and then you get Christmas presents for just wanting to have it. Right? That's not how real life works. For some of us, we got what we get. You know, sometimes you got to take crumbs in order to make loaves of bread. Am I right? Take crumbs, get loaves of bread. All right, so we're almost on the hot walk. We're right in the parking lot. Just gotta pull up. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Blame the dasher. Man, I've seen so many Facebook posts about like some of these texts and interactions customers have, and it's always the driver. I swear, it's always the driver's fault. You know, it's always the driver's fault. It's not like the customer no wrong, right? The customer's always right, right? Nah. Hey, what's up, Doug? How you doing? Good to see you. Sprinkle them on the ground, attack rats, and make loads of rats. There you go. That's how you do it. You can sell that at an investment seminar. Get some heckin' stonks. All right, I'm gonna run in there real quick. We're picking up this $4.50, 1.8 mile hot walk Chinese baby please order. So I'll be right back. All right, the order's not quite ready yet. They said it should be another 2 minutes. So we'll just hang out here for a little bit. And I just let the customer know that I'm waiting for their order. Because that's how we roll. You know, we don't play any guessing games or anything like that. If I'm in a stationary position not moving, I don't want the customer thinking like, what are you doing? What are you just sitting there doing nothing? You're probably just waiting for my food to get cold. It's like, nope, just waiting for the food. Because when you tell the customer what you're doing and what's going on, they don't have to assume the worst about you, right? If Cole's watching, let me do a freeze frame. Just like that one meme, you guys know what I'm talking about? That meme where the guy is like, let's see, for sure, they are good for feet cleaning. Gotcha. His phone. What are we still here? Customers get annoyed when you... My customers get annoyed when you message them. I guess it depends how much... Oh. I almost forgot about that. But I never get a customer annoyed. Or at least they never say they're annoyed. So if they don't say it, then I just assume that they're okay with it. But if I have to wait for an order, I message them that I'm waiting for the order. And then when I pick up the order, I just tell them I'm on the way. And that's basically it. If I'm doing a shopping order, then I'll send the intro text. Just let them know I'm shopping. And that's pretty much it. So I keep it simple. I have seen some posts where a driver would send them like just message after message after message about their order. Like, I just arrived at the merchant. I'm waiting for your order. Is there anything else I could get? And then I'm picking up your order. I'm on the way to the order. I dropped off your order. You know, it's too many messages. So I just try to keep it simple and sweet, you know. So that's just how I do it. Sniffing your food, customer. I do the same when I hit arrive at store if I'm waiting. I hit waiting for your order. Yeah. Then send the intro when I'm doing shopping. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Good stuff. Good stuff. So I'll just give it a tiny bit longer, and then we'll walk on back in there. We'll skedaddle back in there. Oh, here we go. All right, we just got notified the order's ready for pickup, so let's head back in there. I'll be right back. All Johnny Boy's got his order. We'll go drop off to Johnny. Cool beans. Let's see. Go on them, message them. If it's like 10, most stores are slow. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Key in the hole. All right, now we can go. Let's see. Percentage of the time, most customers will be like, thanks. Or if I deliver to them in the past, I get added tips. Yeah, I've had that happen to me too. I've had quite a few customers tip me extra because I told them that I'm on the way. Like, I've actually had customers tell me that too. I even had one customer tip me $20 freaking just because I didn't knock on their door when their instructions said not to knock on the door. I'm telling you, man, it pays to read the instructions, and it pays to just let the customer know what's going on. I mean, it doesn't happen every single time or whatever, but still, you know, it's nice when it happens. It's heck and dope. Let's see. Good luck, Mike. Safe dashing. Thanks, Doug. Appreciate it. Appreciate you stopping in and hitting that lick button, the one that's shaped like a thumb. You are heckin' dope. Hey, what's going on, Eric? Let's see. Eric asks, how's it going over there? It's okay. We got our first DoorDash tonight. It's paying $4.50, 1.8 miles from Hot Walk. So, you know, it's not a big order. It's not crazy impressive or anything, but, you know, we gotta get our feet wet before we take a swim in the deep end of the pool. Am I right? So I figured just got to get this night started somehow. Earlier today was heckin' slow, but we did find a dollar bill on the ground, so that was cool. Sit over here. What's up, Corey? Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for popping in. Hope you're having a good day, too. And let's see. The post-tipping feature is one thing I like in the DoorDash app. Oh, yeah. Definitely. And since I never do anything that blatantly results in the customer actually being able to get the tip back, I pretty much always make whatever it says that I'm going to make. And then when you get the added tip on top of that, it's heckin' dope. And then Patricia says, heck yeah, indeed. And then Eric says, maybe it's good luck. Yeah, maybe. I figure if I find a penny on the ground, I think it's good luck. If that's a thing, I don't know. So you figure a dollar bill is just 100 pennies. So maybe that means I got 100 times the luck. I don't know. And then Corey's saying hi to Charles and... Oh, speaking of Charles, there he is. Hey, Charles, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. You are heckin' dope. Hope you're having a good day today. Make nickels? Yeah. I figured that dollar bill that I found on the ground earlier today, that's basically 20 nickels. So maybe we'll make 20 nickels tonight. Good stuff. Okay. Oh yeah, I know exactly what this is. But yeah, this is a good drop-off area for me. It's going to take me right over to Titus Landing. And you figure in that area, you got it's a nice hot spot. It's also pretty close to Winn-Dixie. It's only about a mile from Winn-Dixie. About a mile from one of the Dollar Generals and Walgreens might be too. So let's see how many nickels we make tonight. Good stuff. Yeah, I saw that you're not feeling too good, Eric. Are you staying home, chilling out? Or do I need to ask you that question that I have to ask you? Eric, do you work today? Man, are they ever going to fix that? I swear that's been there for quite a while now. Oh, there's Amazon. What up, Amazon? You're gonna be delivering some Amazon packages. All right, let's see. Eric says, nope, not working today, bro. Sitting on my hiney. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you figure, never hurts to have a rest day. Never hurts to just take a day off every now and again, you know? I know at some point I'd like to be able to like give myself a designated day off per week. I'm not quite there yet though. So we'll see what happens. But then again, you know, I've said before, I've said many times, and I'll say it many more, bike dashing is my favorite job. It's the funnest job I've ever had. So it almost feels like a paid hobby, depending on how you look at it. It almost feels like a paid hobby, just riding my bikes around and making a few bucks here and there. Do so. Not that it's the only thing I want to do in my life. Don't get me wrong, but still, you know, it's a neat little part of my life, I would say. Aside from maybe that squeak, I'll have to put some WD-40 on that. Well, actually, I got some bike degreaser. Maybe I'll spray that. Maybe I'll spray it when I get back. Oh, we got an order. CVS. A little too late for that one. It was $6.04 for 3.4 miles from CVS. I mean, that's not too bad, but I have to go all the way back southwest in order to get back to the CVS. So that's just not going to work. But it's okay. The acceptance rate is still pretty high on Uber Eats. It's at 64. It actually was as high as 71% the other day, but then I took a ride on the decline train. So it's whatever. Let's see. Moped is fun as well. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind doing this on a moped either. Maybe not in Titusville though. Maybe not in Florida. I'd rather not be on. I'd rather not share the road with the drivers around here. I really would rather not. So that's one big advantage I have about being on my bike. I don't have to share the road. At least most of the time I don't. There are a couple spots where you might have to, like if there's neither a sidewalk nor a bike lane, but there's not too many roads like that around here. Almost every road has at least a sidewalk or a bike lane, depends where, or a shoulder. Although the shoulder, not super ideal either, but oh well, I digress. Let's see, I wish I could work again, blown out back. Ooh, ouch. Sorry to hear about that, Patricia. What happened with that? Was that like a workers' comp injury, or you got in an accident? If you want to share. Let's see. Yeah, we're almost there. Just a little further. Bouncy. I still think it'd be pretty cool if I eventually got myself one of those Insta360 cameras and I was like live streaming with it. I hear their fiber optics are a lot better than GoPro. Plus, you can actually use mobile data for that. GoPro doesn't let you. Okay, what do we got? We got a Grubhub order, $6.97, 5.9 miles from Sonic. So, yeah, what I'd have to do, I'd have to backtrack and then come back up around the same area for that order. So, no. I'm going to decline that. Oh, it was a worker comp? Nah. Yeah, that sucks, man. My landlord had a workers' comp hip injury, and it took her 7 years to get a settlement for that because they refused to give her compensation. And she had a very high-paying job too. I forgot what she was doing exactly. She was some kind of she was in some kind of management, but she basically lost out on 7 years of a higher-paying salary to get a settlement that was like, I think, only 1 year's worth of salary. So that was effed up. She did wind up getting surgery after all, but then she eventually had to get surgery on her other hip because her other hip was basically compensating for the other, like the good hip was compensating for the bad hip. So she had to get a surgery for that too. And I was actually around when that happened. It took her about 6 weeks. Oh, pardon me. It took her about 6 weeks to get rid of the home health aid. Yeah, she had a home health aid, so it took about 6 weeks for that. But it definitely helped for sure. But it's all good. So we got 3093. It's gonna be up here somewhere. Up right here. There we go. That's gonna be the second floor. There we are. Let's see. We got KASM Fam 4. Not sure what that means, but hello. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Just dropping off a DoorDash order. I'll be right back. Okay, all done with that. So now we are right in Titus Landing. So, what do we got? Okay, so we got a Dollar General order instead. Let's see, 1023. I think I know where that is. $6.50 for 7 items, 2 miles. Yeah, all right, I'll take it. All right, we got our next order. Not a great one, but it's okay. It's $6.50 for about 2 miles, 7 items from Dollar General. So I'll probably keep you guys out here just because it's very small. It's technically only 5 different items. It's just that there's seven quantity. So I could bang that out pretty quickly. Let's see, Patricia says that works. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know who this is going to as well. And yeah, they tipped, so that's cool. And yeah, that last customer tipped. It was $2.50 base pay and a $2 tip. Not too shabby for a small little order like that. And this one, pretty small order as well. Looks like 2 things of juice, bag of chips. Actually, okay, yeah, bag of chips, bag of Takis. Looks like some dip and Slim Jims. KASMF says hi, please. Yeah, I said hi already. Well, thanks for popping in and hitting that like button. and subscribing and doing all that good stuff. Hope you're having a good day today. And yeah, even the drop-off point for this order is not that bad. It's only about a mile away from the Dollar General / Winn-Dixie area. So we got to backtrack a mile. No big deal. Plus, for anyone that's new or might not have caught the memo, but both of my electric bikes are dual battery, so on their own, without the dual battery, I get about 20-mile range, which doesn't sound like much, but with the dual battery setup, I get about 40 each, so that's pretty solid. And in practice, that's plenty of range to do what I got to do. You figure you can stretch 20 miles. Like I've had myself working like 2 to 3 hours pretty handily and still have a couple miles left over for 20. So if you can double that, you can theoretically double the amount of time and also double the amount of money to make. So that's the thought process behind that. That's also to help compensate for the fact that I don't own a long-range electric bike anymore. I've had a couple long-range electric bikes. So the first long-range one I had, it was called the Victrip Titan. I bought that back in 2023, and it was a good bike. And honestly, I kind of wish I kept it in hindsight, but I did have to sell it. I had to sell it because of a financial situation I was in, and I was putting some of that to finance another long-range bike, which I wound up getting. It was called the G-Force T7, and it definitely had some problems, but I mean, it had a monstrous battery, so that almost made up for it. But the manufacturer refused to cooperate with me, so I had a whole situation with that. And I also had another long-range bike called the EL Auto Juliet. It wasn't a foldable bike. It was a 120-pound beast, but it also had the big battery. And it was a good bike, but it constantly blew through motors. So it became so much of a hassle for me that I just wound up selling as is on Facebook Marketplace back in January. I got about $300 for it. I just called it a fixer-upper and described everything that was put into it and, the current shape that it was in, the history, all that stuff. So the buyer definitely appreciated the transparency. And they said they wanted to turn it into a project, so they actually showed me some pictures of it. That was cool. But anyway, we just made the Dollar General. I'm going to run in there real quick, small order. So in the meantime, just don't forget to hit that like button. Appreciate you guys popping in. Can't bring this bag inside with me. That's okay.
Okay, well, we're here. It's almost 6 o'clock.
Hold on. All right, we're all done. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. I don't want to rob my own bike. Okay. Actually, what would happen in court if, like, you were convicted of robbing your own house? Is that a thing? I don't know. Okay. Anyway, that aside. I see. Oh, there's Mom. Hey, Mom. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. I just got done with the Dollar General order. It was pretty small. A couple things of chips and juice. I'll be dropping that off in a bit. I see Colleen's in here. Hey, Colleen. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. You are heckin' dope. Let's see. Patricia asks, and where at in California? Oh, I'm in Florida. I'm not from here, though, but I do live in Florida. That's where I do my thing. Now, David, a.k.a. Veteran Dasher. Gotcha. Oh, my way off. Yeah. Well, I guess we have some common ground where the weather's generally pretty nice in, both sides of the country. And then everywhere else, it's a train wreck. Heck, I hear even Hawaii's weather's not that good. Seems like it's often cold, rainy, and windy. Usually it's only one of those things here. Enough of that one. Okay. So we're all packed up. Just gotta let the customer know that I'm on the way. On my way. So as you can see here. So I sent the intro text like I said earlier, and then the on the way text. Always letting the customer know. Because that's how we do it. Like, if I had to pick any one thing that was like the quote-unquote key to possibilities, baby please, of added tips, communication. But don't overdo it, though. Do not overdo it.
chili and,
Alrighty.
and items.
Alright, we only got about a mile to go. That keeps us pretty close as well. Alright, just no more spam in the chat with saying hi. KSM, KASM. You don't need to keep saying hi. But I appreciate you being here. Alright, let's just get to this parking lot. Alright, let's see. Patricia says, I'm watching from North Wisconsin. Oh, right on. Yeah, I know a couple dashers in Wisconsin. I think Dirty Stack and Deb is one of them, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe I have the state wrong. I don't know. My senile old self doesn't remember. Because as you guys may or may not know, I'm a 69-year-old man in a 31-year-old man's body. So, if I forget, just blame it on age. That's all. Let's see. Had to leave, but back. Fair enough. Alright. I think I'm gonna... let me wait for this guy. Okay, cool. What else got here? False reports. Oh, was, yeah. Gotcha. Let's see, we got Saving Private Orp. What's going on, Private Orp? Thanks for popping in. You are Instacarting from San Clemente, California. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm just doing a DoorDash order in Florida. 6.5 bucks, 2 miles, 7 items. We're just gonna go drop it off now. Not the best, or yeah, not the best, but not the worst. Not the worst. W-O-I-S-T, worst. It's my chuckle-worthy way of saying worst. Whenever I type it in the chat, I pop in someone's live stream. Usually, like, if I'm the first one to be in there, I'll say that I'm foist and not the worst. But if I'm not foist, then I say that I'm not foist, but not the worst. So that's just how we do it. Let's see. Major props to you, bro. It's not easy going live, doing your orders at the same time. You do Instacart lives, but it's super difficult to multitask. Yeah, it's definitely not the easiest thing, for sure. I know my buddy Ray from Dashing Womble, he was saying in his stream last night that, like, if you're not in a good headspace and then you try to do those things, it can feel a little overwhelming, chaotic. But luckily for me, I recently overcame depression last November. Finally found my inner zen. So even if there is chaos around me, I take it on the chin. Definitely better than I used to. But that's just me. Let's see. David says, I'm 36 and a 70-year-old brain cells most of the time. Sounds about right. Let's see. Private Orb says, proud of you, brother. Thanks. Appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. Yeah. Smells like burning rubber. I bet someone was skidding over here. Then again, on this street, doesn't really surprise me. Let's see, Patricia says 63, stuck at 40. Ah, I see. Alright, we're almost there, just a little further up ahead. It's in a gated community, but the gate's never closed. It's always open. And we're only about a mile from Winn-Dixie. So we're still within the zone that we put ourselves up at tonight. I was contemplating sticking to my main zone, which is southwest from here. But I figured this area might be better. Besides, if they happen to send me something good enough that takes me back to my main zone, then, you know, fair enough. We'll just see where the wind carries us, you know? It's pretty much how I roll. Let's see, gotta love it with DoorDash, keep you moving. Oh, yeah. You know, it's like whenever I come out here to dash, I want to stay busy. Because I know that if I'm staying busy taking orders, I'm making some money. You know, like, regardless of what your order-to-order strategy might be, ultimately, I found out from my experience, right? Results may vary, so take it with a grain of salt. That as long as I keep moving, the math works out. You know, the math works out at the end of the day, as long as I stay busy. Uh-oh. I smell 420. Uh-oh. Yeah, people got to be careful doing 420 around here. It's not technically legal. Well, the medical stuff is. The recreational stuff isn't. Which is actually kind of surprising. It was supposed, like, a lot of people thought it was going to be voted in, but no, it just didn't happen. But oh well, I digress. 420 in Florida at 9th. Yeah. Putt. Just got to go around this building, drop it off, and keep on going. Let's see what we get for a follow-up order after this. I still have Grubhub and Uber Eats, but as you guys know, they're not really sending me anything. Got that one Uber Eats, but that would have required me to backtrack. So, nah. I didn't feel like it. Besides, this order was better. Paid a little more, only went half as far. Okay. So we just made it. Drop it off, I'll be right back. Alrighty, we're done. Okay, 6.5. Okay, yeah, it was $5 base pay, $1.50 tip. So overall, not too bad. All right, let's see. So 24.25 from earlier. Now we're at 11 tonight, so that would be 35.25. Oh, here we go. Oh, hey, that's not too bad. Hey, this one's actually pretty decent. Let me show you. All right, so we got this one's $10.50. It's going right back to that. Yeah, it's going. Okay, it's going next door. I got you. But yeah, $10.50, couple miles, 12 items, Dollar General. Let's do it. All righty, cool beans. That's what I'm talking about, DoorDash. Let's go. I'll turn Uber Eats off. Okay, there we go. All right, so we'll head back there. Yeah, 12 items. I guess I'll take you guys in. Although I could fit everything in the handbasket, though. I'll keep you guys outside. Because I'm thinking too, like, you know, I want to make sure I'm banging these orders out as quickly as I realistically can. And yeah, 12 items. I mean, that's only 5 more items than the last order that I did, so could bang that out pretty quickly too. So, cool beans. Oh yeah, I got another short. I think I gotta change the thumbnail. I don't know if you guys have to do this as well, but if you change the thumbnail on your short, it can help reset your algorithm with the click-through rate. So if you pick a different freeze frame for the thumbnail, then YouTube claims that it's more likely to retest the short, and then, you know, if it's good enough, then they'll put it in a bunch of people's feeds. They actually have like a whole article on that, which I thought was pretty interesting. I figure I'd do that just to ensure that, you know, my shorts are getting on the algorithm. And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But it's all good. I mean, the fact that any of them do at all is heckin' dope. Oh yeah, that's right. It's one of my joke of the day ones. Let me see. Yeah, corny joke of the day 15. All right, let me just picking a thumbnail real quick. Okay, there we go. Stupid looking face. That'll get clicks probably. Okay, there we go. And just make sure the chat's not frozen. It actually did freeze earlier. It didn't move much, but okay, there we go. Cool. All right. So we're heading right back to Dollar General. $10.50, about 2-ish miles, give or take. We'll say about 2.5 miles. Because it's taking me right back up here. So that's heckin' dope. And it's not every day that I get a Dollar General order with double digits in it, you know? It's not every day I get that. Because, you know, not to generalize, but let's just say not the richest people usually shop at Dollar General. And that's by design, by the way. You figure Dollar General is it's like a suburban / rural / country convenience store. Like, that's pretty much their niche. And they do that to target the people that would like to shop at bigger retailers like Walmart or Target. But, you know, it's like outside of their reach, you know? It's usually out of their reach, or the stores themselves are too big to go in the area. So Dollar General was basically, all right, well, how about we buy out all the 99-cent stores, dollar stores, convenience stores that are, you know, further away from those stores. That way we've got a niche, like pretty much an uncontested niche, without having to directly compete with Walmart, you know? And it worked out extremely well for them. You figure they opened up like, what, 16,000, 17,000 stores. And their stock price was going up for like 20 consecutive years. I don't know how much their stock price moved, but I used to have a pretty decent amount of Dollar General stock. And yeah, it grew. It definitely grew for sure. I'll have to check their stock price again. Well, we'll see what happens. It's not really an imperative at the moment. Yeah, Patricia says DG. Or as Louis Marco would say, DGs, baby, please. Ow. Puppies. Yeah, we still got plenty of range. So that's good. Let's see, waiting for this guy. Waiting for this guy. Waiting for this guy still. Alright, we're good. let's see. I was in Holmes County, Florida. Ain't never seen so many Dollar Generals. Oh yeah, we got like, I think Titusville has 7. Yeah, we got like 7 Dollar Generals. One of them is in Port St. John, and 2 of them are in Mittens. So pretty much a total of 7. I know there's one off Dairy Road, there's one off Garden Street, there's one by Harrison Street, there's one by Cheney Highway. So yeah, that's 4 in Titusville alone, and then the other 3 in the surrounding towns, which is actually more than the amount of Taco Bell's, Wendy's, and Burger King's combined. Which is crazy to think about. We've got more Dollar Generals than those places. Imagine that. So let's see. Dollar General definitely bought out the stock for convenience stores. Oh yeah. Like, I know a lot of people talk about like Amazon and Walmart being monopolies in their respective niches, and that is true, but I would say Dollar General is like the monopoly in their respective niche. Like, what is the next biggest convenience store? No one freaking knows. Like, like, can you tell me the next biggest convenience store after Dollar General? Probably not. And that's because they bought them all out. It's actually kind of surprising that was allowed to happen, but then again, I guess it's not too surprising either. So I digress. It's still fascinating nonetheless. Because I mean, when you go in the stores, you know, they don't really look all that impressive. You know, if anything, like half the shelves are empty, and like the floors are stained, and just like they don't even like wall up and zone the shelves. The merchandise is pulled forward, and it's not like they even have that much stuff. But the layout is brilliant, because it's like they just have barely enough for the average person in the eyes of what the average person thinks is enough. So it's like an illusion when you think about it. You know, it's a twisted game of illusion, and they're running the game pretty much. Oh yeah, I forgot about the sidewalk area. Ugh, I hate the sidewalk spot. They don't even have a ramp. Got to go off the driveway and then make a U-turn. Keep going. Anyway, let's see. Quick Trip might be the next big one. Yeah, maybe. CVS, Walgreens, I guess too. You can make an argument for them, but they're really more like, they really have more of that pharmacy appeal, or at least that used to be the case. With the way the healthcare system's been going, I don't know about that one, but I'll just leave it at that. That's a can of worms I don't have the tools to open. But yeah, I guess you could count them as 2. But even so, like Dollar General's got, if I'm not mistaken, they got more than double the combined amount of stores of Walgreens and CVS, which is crazy to think about. There we go. Let's see. Definitely profited with Dollar General. DoorDash definitely profited. Oh yeah, big time. And it's crazy to think about how long it took for Uber Eats to finally do that too. Because Uber Eats has Dollar General orders now as well. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. I know I found out of the blue the other day, and that was after I found out from an article online about how I think it was 1,000 Family Dollars were partnering with Uber Eats. And I was like, okay, that's cool, I guess. I mean, Family Dollar is a struggling business, but still, it's cool if they remain around, I guess. And then I found out DoorDash also does Family Dollar, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I found out of the blue, because I was sent an Uber Eats order from Dollar General, that Uber Eats does Dollar General. So then I was like, oh, well, that's neat. And I was also thinking that, and I was also thinking, well, finally, finally, it took long enough for Uber Eats to do that. I don't get very many Dollar General orders from Uber Eats. I actually don't get a lot of shopping orders from Uber Eats in general, but it's still a cool option, If for nothing else, it's the novelty of having those possibilities, baby, please, Okay, this Grubhub's pretty bad. It's 1846 for 20.2 miles, and that's heading towards Orlando. So, yeah, we're not taking that. We would only have just enough range to get back home, and then nothing more. Not today on that fake... Yeah, I hear you there. Alright, so we're right at Dollar General, and it's only 12 items, so I'm going to keep you guys out here for a little bit. This shouldn't take too long, though. Alright, let me see if I can pull up on there. Cool beans. Alright. So I'll just keep you guys out here. Just watch, just keep an eye out.
You live streaming?
Oh, yeah, I'm streaming.
What you live stream?
I live
Just
streaming.
you on the bike?
Yeah, me doing DoorDash.
Oh, you know, what's your name on that? What you on?
Oh,
What you on?
yeah, I'm on YouTube. Mike the Bike Dasher.
Mike
Yeah.
the Bike Dasher?
Yeah, I'll show you.
How many people on there right now? Mike?
I got a few people. Yeah, this is my channel.
Mike the Bike Dasher, man. I'm gonna check you out, man.
Yeah, cool. Right on, dude.
I'll be seeing you out here on the bike, man.
Yeah, that's how I roll. Okay, make sure I got... All right, cool. Yeah, I'll keep you guys out here. Hello, patron, says Patricia. Yes. All right. I'll be back out in a few minutes.
wants to get there, it's already gonna be late. Check his watch it. No, you can't.
Alright, we're done. Yeah, not a big order by any means. It was just 4 bags worth. Let's see, we see you in line. LOL. Yep. Almost forgot about my alarm. There we go.
Maybe not the most ideal time.
And then this last bag, I'm gonna hang it off the bike because it's got the eggs. If I put it in the back, it's more likely to bounce around and eggs crack. So in a suspended position, less likely to crack. I also got this front basket where it's much more snug, but it's got other stuff in it, so we'll just do it like this. Okay. On my way. Right. And just let them know I'm on the way. Now let's head right over there. After I turn my lights on. There we go. Ta-da! All right, let's rock and roll, baby. Yeah, Trisha was saying it's starting to get dark out there. Yeah. But no matter. These lights are plenty bright. Let's see. Bermuda says $100 to shave that beard. Well, no. That's if you would even send it through the super chat anyway. Which actually, if you send it through the super chat, YouTube takes half of it. So, no. Well, thanks anyway. Let's see, they are bright lights? Yeah. Now you figure there's a bright light inside of us that we use to cut through the darkness of life. Very corny, but hey, I think there's some truth to that. Alright, I'm gonna skedaddle over this way. Let's see, Lornan says, need something to stabilize the cam. Well, I mean, I have it on a claw mount. That's the best I could do. The camera itself is weird. I don't know, like, it's got a jiggly quality to it, but it also looks like jelly. And I'm not really sure what to change about the settings, because there's not a lot of settings. It's not a high quality camera. I mainly got the phone because it's got a really good processor to it. It's pretty similar to Ryzen, you know, RYZEN, you know, like the kind that they make for the gaming computers. It's pretty similar to that as far as how well it runs, but the actual camera is like, whatever. Old GoPro does the same thing, need a gimbal. I actually, I used to try to live stream with my GoPro, but the fiber optics for the live streaming is really, really bad. And it would just, it couldn't hold a signal for more than 30 seconds, and it would crash out eventually. Plus, you can't even use mobile data. So I had to use Wi-Fi hotspot, and that's just very unreliable. So I just gave up on that. And I was like, yeah, screw it. I'll just use one of my phones instead. It gets the job done. It's whatever. GoPro does terrible in low light too. Yeah. Heck, I'd even say this camera is arguably better in low light, despite the fact GoPros are better during the day. It's kind of funny how that works. I know it's got something to do with the sensors. They just don't have those sensors for the nighttime recording. Well, actually, action cameras in general are not very good at low light anyway. Although I will say, Insta360, I think they've probably taken the biggest leaps with low light recording. Arguably. They do look a little saturated, though. That depends. I guess that also depends how important the look of the live stream is to you. Like if I'm filming pre-recorded videos during the daytime, the GoPro gets the job done. And I'm not in the mood to put a down payment to finance another camera, so it's all good. Let's see, this is way better than Hollywood. You're too kind. But I appreciate it. We're almost to the customer's place. But yeah, that gelatinous quality of the camera, it's mainly the front one. The rear-facing camera doesn't really have that. So, I don't know. But I also wouldn't be able to read the chat if I had to flip the phone around like that. Like if I flipped it to the selfie cam to record what's from the front, it's like it probably would look less gelatinous, but I wouldn't be able to read the chat unless I pulled up YouTube on my other phone. But I don't really do that anymore, because I figure I'm already running a couple different apps at once on my other phone. And I don't want to just blow through the battery. Let's see. Florian asks, where are you riding? It's winter here, snow everywhere. Oh, I'm in Florida. I'm not born. I wasn't born here, but I live here. More specifically, Space Coast. So, you know, the east side of Florida. We're coming up. Yeah, it's the same plaza as that previous order, except it's a different building. So, cool beans. And let's see, it's going to be 6:45 over by me. So we still got a decent amount of time to get some more orders. And if I'm not mistaken, we're only about $14 and change from our $60 goal for the day, so that's good. I mean, if it stays busy, I'd like to stay out a little longer. That's usually how it is. It's like, you know, the weekends, I try to go for $100 a day, and I can usually pull it off if it's not, you know, dead as a doornail. And then Monday through Thursday, a more modest $60. But again, if it is busier, then I give myself the option to keep working. And I would usually prefer that. Okay, we just made it to the building, but I gotta go to the back side. Well, actually, it's facing the front. Well, actually, technically, it's the back, but it's facing towards the main road. So, does that cancel out? Oh, what do we got? Oh, let's go. We got a tip from Shipped from February 10th. Oh, yeah, that was yesterday's order. Cool. Sweet. We got a $10 tip from Shipped. Let's go. Okay, it's towards up here. I'll show you guys in a second. Okay, cool beans. But yeah, I'll show you the. So here we go. We got $10 from Shipped. So that actually puts us 55 and change for the night. So we only need another $5. But like I said, if it's gonna stay busy, then we'll stay out. So that'll be heckin' dope. Just gotta drop these off real quick. Didn't realize you were dashing. I never do that. Too many aggressive dogs. Yeah, I can understand that. I can. But I take my chances anyway. And I've also said quite a few times too, bike dashing is my favorite job. It's the funnest job I've ever had. Not that it's the only thing I want to do in my life, don't get me wrong, but definitely the funnest job I've ever done. It's like I basically pay myself to ride a bicycle and deliver stuff. That's how I look at it. Come on, baby. There we go. Don't want to forget the receipt. All right, I'll be right back.
Bike set.
Why is it saying that? Okay, just got done with that. Alrighty. What else you got for me, DoorDash? Got anything else? I know there's more orders out there. So yeah, that order we dropped off. It paid $10.50. It was a $6 base pay and $4.50 tip. So it's pretty good, especially for a Dollar General order. Most of the Dollar General orders that I see over by me are like $4, $5. So it's kind of nice to get one that isn't just $4, $5. You know what I mean? Let's see. Yeah, doing it by bike's awesome. Oh yeah, I love it, man. Like I've been a bike fanatic, not fanatic, but I've been a fan of bikes since I was like 13, 14. And I used to have these mountain bikes. I had a Huffy one. It was red, black, and yellow color scheme. It was definitely a nice bike. I'd ride that bad boy everywhere, dude. And even though I didn't have a road bike at the time, I was actually using that so I could train for like a marathon bicycle, marathon bike riding in college. I did that a lot. I never actually tried out for it, but I was practicing for it. I guess I just kind of lost the interest along the way because I was also trying out a music project because I'm also a musician. I mainly play drums. And I was trying a music project with some college buddies of mine. And, we tried a couple months, but they goofed off all the time, and I just wasn't for that. So it didn't really work out. But it's all good. Because here we are, and as of 2023, I sold my car. I used to own a Ford Focus. And that was after I got my first electric bike. It was a Luck Keep X1, pretty decent bike for the price. And I instantly fell in love with electric bikes. I mean, I heard about it from one of the YouTubers I used to watch, and he made a whole video about why electric bikes are awesome. And I was like, holy crap, a bike that operates on a battery and a motor? Dude, that is like the coolest thing since sliced bread. And then I thought to myself, wait a minute, not only is it the coolest thing since sliced bread, I could deliver sliced bread with the bike. You know what I mean? I could deliver sliced bread with it. So then I bought that bike and I tried out some dashing with it. And I was like, wow, I can do this. Like, not only can I do this, but I could get rid of my car because like 99.9% of the time I never need one. Unless it's, well, it's usually for someone else, let's be honest. But yeah, like 99.9% of the time I don't need one. And it was just so expensive, man. You know, I was paying like $3,000-4,000 a year in gas alone, sometimes more. And then the other expenses and the fact it was an older vehicle with over 240,000 something miles on it meant that a lot of the bigger components were running their course too. And it was, plus you got to have commercial auto insurance in the state of Florida with a vehicle like that. And their premiums are like double. And it was just too expensive. I mean, I'm still kind of paying the price to this day from that, but you know, I've gotten it to the point where once I could put that behind me for good, you know, I could see more of that hard-earned money in my pocket. But honestly, you know, like I said, despite my ups and downs with the actual dashing itself, I love it, man. It's a great job. Wow, we're actually all the way up to 42% acceptance rate on DoorDash. I'm not even trying to get back on the rewards program or anything like that. It's just kind of happening, I guess. I don't know. Well, for anyone that's new here, I actually went for 100% acceptance rate on DoorDash last year, and I actually pulled it off. I think I'm the first. I should still be the unofficial record holder of that. I'm pretty certain I'm the first bike dasher to do it in recorded history. So I got some bragging rights with that, you know. So that's pretty cool. I mean, does it help much in the grand scheme of things? I don't know. I don't know about that one, but it was cool nonetheless. It was mainly on an experiment to see whether or not I can make better money by just taking more orders from DoorDash rather than, you know, the cherry picking strategy. I've been on both ends of the spectrum. You know, I had a 100% acceptance rate on DoorDash. I've also had a 2% acceptance rate on DoorDash. And I'm kind of in the middle now. And, you know, I'm still figuring out what I feel is going to be best for me. But it's all good. Because it's also not my only app. I have Uber Eats, I have Grubhub, I have Shipt and Roadie. I used to have Spark, but they deactivated me because their facial recognition and their license verification process is bullshit and doesn't work. Despite the fact that they never had problems before, they somehow magically had problems verifying my ID the last time, and then I got deactivated. It's like, wow, okay. They kept denying my appeal, and you know, even though one of my other gig work friends, Mary's Gigs, she gave me a support number and said that it's better. It was all in vain too. But when I tried that out, I'm like, all right, well, that's that. I can close that chapter in my life, but it's okay. You know, we still got our options, so it's all good. Yeah, DoorDash's pretty silent right now. Come on, DoorDash. What are you cooking up in the kitchen? What are you serving me up? What are you going to serve me up? Ow! Florida auto and insurance, license and insurance crazy. Oh, yeah. It is crazy. I mean, not having to pay income tax is neat. I'll grant that, but yeah, it's crazy. Plus, the infrastructure in a lot of places in Florida definitely leaves something to be desired. And then the driving culture here is something else. Like, a lot of people complain about California's driving culture. Florida is basically California 2.0. We're no better than they are as far as the way people drive here. We're no better than they are. And it's a real shame. And some of this infrastructure, like bikes don't even have real infrastructure here. Like, we got some bike lanes in some places, but otherwise you either got to take a sidewalk, which we are allowed to do, by the way, which is kind of neat, I guess, or you got to take the risk by going on a shoulder, or if there's no shoulder, then you got to ride on the road. I would much rather not do that, so if there's a sidewalk, I like to gravitate towards that instead. But that's just me. They want to suspend my out-of-state license because of my insurance coverage from out-of-state. Oh, that's so stupid. You know, the most ironic thing about insurance is how they deliberately go out of their way to not give you the coverage that you're allegedly paying for. Isn't that ironic? Insurance failing to actually insure? I don't know. It's like a cruel joke, and just saying it's just a prank. Like, imagine getting get your head cut off, and then they're like, "Oh, it's just a prank, bro. It'll grow back. No big deal. We're like starfish." It's like, no, that's not how it works. Definitely no bueno. No bueno indeed. So I'm gonna put myself in front of Winn-Dixie, because Winn-Dixie is right across the street from Dollar General. Unless they send me something before then. But we're very close. We just gotta go around the corner. We'll be right in the parking lot. The gym I like to go to is in the Winn-Dixie Plaza as well. It's Anytime Fitness. I know, it's like just a generic commercial chain gym, but it gets the job done, fair enough. Plus, I have that running through Active and Fit Direct, so instead of paying however much it winds up being, it's just $28 in tax a month. Plus, if I wanted to stop going to Anytime Fitness and go to a different gym instead, I can do that as well. Let's say Patricia asks, time to hydrate? Yeah, I'll hydrate when I stop. I'll hydrate when I'm dead. But yeah, I always bring water with me. Yeah, we're coming right up. So yeah, there's my gym. Anytime Fitness. It didn't used to always be here. It used to be off Cheney Highway, but it was a lot smaller. This location's a lot bigger though. I definitely like this location more. Definitely much better. Hey, what's up, Ray? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're having a good day today. I'm almost at my $60 goal for the day. Because yesterday's shipped customer actually threw in a $10 tip, so that was cool. So we're at about $55. I did stream and work earlier. I think you were there, if I'm not mistaken. So it was pretty slow earlier today, but it was a little busier up until now. Well, past like 5-10 minutes. So, but it's all good. You know, at least we're out here. You know, because if I'm not out here, I'm not making money. I mean, unless I decided to just like stay at the house and live stream from the house. But I mean, do what? React to videos or play video games, which I've done before actually. But Not on this channel. Let's see. DHTD, Die Hard Till Dead. Yeah. That emoji came out well this morning. Yeah, it looks really cool, man. And I feel honored as your first Womble channel member to have a heckin' dope emoji like that. So I definitely appreciate that. That thing, it looks really cool. Remember you're a Womble. It's good stuff. But yeah, if anybody doesn't know my buddy Ray, Dashing Womble, go check out his channel. He does gig work like I do too. He's got a cool theme song in his videos. And then he's got a tagline where he's like, he dashes here, he dashes there, he dashes every bloody where. He dashes up, he dashes down, he dashes all over town. Whoa! Good stuff. All right, I'm going to turn my bike off real quick. So yeah, we're right outside Winn-Dixie. We'll see if we get another order. I figure it's Wednesday. Wednesday is not one of my better gig work days, let's just say. But I'm just glad I'm out here doing any kind of work, you know. And we haven't gone too many miles. Yeah, we're only sitting at 9.36 miles. So we got a little over half our battery capacity in the one battery. And then my other battery, I get another 20-mile range, so we got plenty. Yeah, 21. Okay, yeah, we're at 21.50 for the evening. Well, actually 31.50 because of that $10 tip. So, okay, cool. So 31.50, 9.41 miles. So that's pretty good. See, that's another thing I love about bike dashing too, man. Just not having to go crazy amount of miles. That's one thing I don't miss about dashing a car. Just having to freaking drive 10, 15, 20 miles just to make $20, $30. I mean, I understand people got to do that. I get it, man. But I don't miss it. I don't miss it. Let's see. What's up, Queen? Good to see you again. How's it going? Oh, we're doing okay. We got some DoorDash orders tonight, and we got a $10 tip from a shipped order from yesterday, so that was heckin' dope. And we're just waiting to see what else we get. We're right outside of Winn-Dixie. Dollar General's across the street, and then adjacent to Dollar General is Walgreens. Titus Landing's only about a mile east, so we just wait and see what happens, you know. And let's see. Andy, Superstar. What's going on, Andy? Thanks for popping in. Getting paid to work out. Oh, yeah, that's another thing I like about dashing on my bikes. I basically get paid I'm basically paying myself to ride a bike and deliver stuff. I love that. It's great. It definitely helps make it not feel like it's just a job, you know? I got a... Oh, what do we got? Okay, we got another DoorDash order. It's $5.25, 1.5 miles, and it's at Dollar General. It's got 12 items. I mean, that's enough to crack 60, so all right, I'll take it. Oh, wait a minute. I'll take it. It's not the best order, but I'll just take it.
Bye.
I gotta blow my nose real quick. I'm not gonna do it in front of you guys, and you're not gonna listen because that's weird, so I'll be right back. Oh man, that was such a relief. Yeah, maybe you can hear in my voice too. I don't sound quite like I'm snorkeling underwater. Thank goodness. Just had to get a big thing of phlegm out. It's the freaking pollen, dude. There's pollen everywhere right now. And the air is dry. Usually when it's humid, I don't get like that allergy feeling from the pollen. But when the air is dry, oh, you feel it. Well, that's okay. We're all good. Alrighty. Let me just... hold on a second. It's like I had to shoot one out of my nose and I had to spit one out of my mouth. That's not what she said. Alright. Let's see. Okay, Patricia subbed to Ray. That's heckin' dope. Yeah, he's a cool dude. And he goes out and dashes with his wife, Wendy Womble. They're very sweet, supportive people, so I think you'll get a kick out of them. And you'll probably see some other familiar faces there too. In fact, actually, you'll see a lot of the same people in a lot of our live streams, which is pretty cool. It's like we got a nice little cross-section community going on with gig work. Not even just gig work, but we got some people that don't even do gig work that support gig work channels. And then they get introduced to other gig work channels and other people. So we got a nice little community of people, different niches, different areas of the country, different parts of the world. It's pretty cool. We just had to cross the other parking lot and get to Dollar General. So it's 12 items. It's, technically 7 items and 12 quantity. So I should be able to bang this out pretty quickly too. So I'll keep you guys outside just so I can bang it out real quick. Yeah, what do we got? We got bologna. We got tuna snacks. Looks like we got bread, diapers, that PB&J mix. You know what I'm talking about? What is it called? Goober? Something like that? Yeah, the Goober, the peanut butter jelly mix. Loaf of bread. And looks like some frozen sandwiches. So, yeah, this won't take too long. Alright, I'll be right back out. Appreciate everyone that's been popping in, hanging out with me tonight. You guys are heckin' dope. I'll be back in a few. Thank you. Okay, I'm back. Oh. Man, it's like a repeat of Monday. I kept forgetting about that alarm. I only put this alarm on a few days ago. So, old habits die hard. But it's all good. Ah, crap. Stuff spilled out of my bag. Okay. Anyway. Okay, now we can head out. So yeah, this order's going to put us a little over $60. So that's our goal for the day, which is heck dope. I mean, the night's still pretty young. You figure, what is it, 7:16? So we still got some time. In case it is, well, you know, like if it picks up a little more. Oh, there's a pin. Uh-oh. Oh no, this order's got a pin. Uh-oh. It's all good. Just let the customer know I'm on the way. On my way. Okay. picks up a little more, I'd like to stay out. But we'll see. We shall see. I can slide over. There we go. Let's see. Oh, hey, Terry. How's it going? Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. We started doing our bike streams again, as you can tell. I did my first one Monday evening, and I had an interesting experience. This drunken white guy, he threw a fit about me being on the sidewalk, even though I'm allowed to. And he called me the hard N-word. I know he was drunken because one, he was blocking the whole way with a shopping cart. There were beer cans everywhere, including in the shopping cart. And he just reeked of alcohol, dude. He just freaking reeked of alcohol. So that was fun. Not really, but it was something. Then I streamed this morning. We're back out, so we after I drop off this Dollar General order, we'll be a little over $60. So that's our goal for the day, which is cool. But if I get any more orders tonight, we'll just count that as a bonus. So that'll be heckin' dope. But hope you're having a good day, Terry. Appreciate you popping in. You are heckin' dope. You getting ready to go out for a few? Oh, right on. Well, when you get out there, hopefully you make some money. That'd be very nice. Very nice when you go out and make some money. Let's see. Oh, it's okay. So they're saying come to the front road. That's what this customer's saying, and it's a pin. So gotta tread carefully with this one. I've seen some Facebook posts about drivers that they get reported by these customers when they bypass the pin. And I'm like, come on, guys, don't bypass the pin. It's like, don't do that. Don't do anything to bring your guard down in this line of work. You never know when people are going to be reporting their orders not delivered, even though you delivered it. And even if you have photographic evidence, it doesn't always pan out in your favor either. So you got to do what you got to do out here. Because you figure if you get deactivated from a platform, you're not making money on that platform, right? So yeah, never bypass a pin. I even saw a Facebook post from a customer who had a driver who bypassed the pin, and then the driver said that they took a photo of the food and they just left it. Oh, police guy. It looks like he's on the chase. Uh-oh. Someone's getting pulled over. Uh-oh. But yeah, I saw a Facebook post where the customer was posting about the fact that the driver bypassed the pin and they left the food in the wrong spot. They left it in the lobby when they were supposed to bring it up to the room and with the pin. And the driver was like, I have other orders. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, you're going to get reported and it's going to be your fault. You know, just an easily avoidable mistake, you know? Just an easily avoidable mistake. It's like, don't do that. Don't let your guard down out here, you know? You got to protect yourself. But I don't know. I digress. Let's see. Terry says I give up easy, crappy orders. Yeah, I can understand that. The crappy orders are definitely definitely discouraging. Okay. But I look at it this way too. As long as I come out here and I'm staying busy, the math works out. That's just for me though. You know, as long as I'm doing my bike dashing, the math works out. So if I'm taking a bunch of orders, if I'm not taking some orders, or somewhere in between, it'll work out. Okay. Oh, I made a mistake. Okay. Yeah, I went the wrong. I know what I was supposed to do. Ah, crap. All right, I gotta make a U-turn. All right, it's not far away though. So all I gotta do, I gotta make a slight U-turn. I thought it said South Park, but it's 3rd Avenue. I was like, wait a minute, something looks off. Well, luckily, 3rd Avenue is it's right on the other side, over by South Delian, which is just on the other side of South Park. Well, actually, it runs parallel to Barna, except Barna stops right where I'm at, and South Park actually takes you up past Garden Street. And if it sounds like I have photographic memory about this experience because I've done it many times, well, that is correct. Okay. So yeah, we gotta go this way. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But yeah, crappy orders can be discouraging. I guess if there's any other silver lining too, when the bangers come, it does feel nice. I don't get a lot of bangers in my market, but whenever those bangers come up, I'm like, sweet, let's heckin' go, you know? It almost makes the grind feel worth it in a lot of ways. I mean, your tolerance will vary depending on your situation. I mean, if you're driving a car and you're taking a bunch of $4, $5 orders going like 5, 6, 7 plus miles, I can definitely understand that being very discouraging. Let's see, you gave up on platinum. It's hard to maintain. Oh yeah, I've been platinum free since late November. I haven't maintained platinum either. I was cherry picking throughout the holidays because Shipped picked up for the holidays, and I was like, hey, I guess I don't have to keep taking a bunch of mediocre stuff. So I was able to cash in on Shipped. But Shipped has completely fell off. I'm barely getting any Shipped orders. I got like 3 of them last week, and I got 2 the week prior. And I've only got 1 this week. And you can't live off of that, you know? Unless the orders are like $200, $300 a pop, which they aren't. So I figure the bright side of that is the fact that DoorDash picked up. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess we can just kind of grind it out with DoorDash. Maybe if we get some roadie and Uber Eats along the way, that'd be great. Which we kind of have. I mean, I actually started off this morning with a roadie, so that was cool. And then Uber Eats actually came in clutch Monday. They sent me like 3 orders compared to the 2 that DoorDash sent. But otherwise, mainly DoorDash at the helm. Which is, it's kind of funny. It's like, it seems like in the gig work cycle, it circles back to DoorDash, even if you don't really want it to. I don't know if you've experienced that, but you ever experience like a big surge on another app, and then that app kind of dies down for a while, and then it's like, oh yeah, DoorDash. And then DoorDash is coincidentally kind of busy, and then you start making some money from it. I don't know. It seems like that's part of the gig work cycle for DoorDash to just pick up, you know, whenever the other apps are dying down. It's almost like they're connected to each other. I don't know. I mean, you figure most of these apps are owned by BlackRock, so I guess there's some validity to that theory. All right, 11:21. Okay, that's not it. No, this is it. Yeah, let me just drop this off real quick. Gotta get the pin. I'll be right back. Terry says gold's good enough. Hey, right on. Whatever works. Yeah, I'm at 42%, so I'm not even silver. I guess I'm kind of working my way up to silver, although not like super dedicated. It's just kind of whatever. At least for me, it is. Yeah, they said come to the front road. They're not out here though. Yeah. Or did you pick? 3872. Have a good night. Sweet. All right, that's all done. Oh, we got some jewels. We got some jewels. I'll check out those jewels. All right, we got bronze medal. Oh, let's go. I appreciate the jewels, Terry. You are heckin' dope. And what else we got here? Okay, gonna go see what I can do. Yeah, good luck tonight, Terry. Hopefully you get some bangers. Hopefully you get some orders that are good enough to keep those wheels turning, right? But appreciate you popping in, sending some jewels. You are heckin' dope. All right, what do we got here? Oh, wow. Okay, that's not a good order. We just got another Dollar General order. It's $12.50, but it's going 6.9 miles. 16 items, so I'm going to decline that. I don't like the drop-off area, too. That drop-off, it's northwest, and out northwest over here, there's nothing. So I declined it. I think we can do better. Like, I don't mind taking an order that pays less as long as it's, not taking me too far from the zone or keeping me in the zone. And if it's not going far, I mean, you figure most of these orders, for example, they go pretty short mileage. So that's good for me. Because if I can't always use the quality over quantity, I can at least try to get enough quantity to sort of pretend to be quality, Gotta do what you gotta do, right? But wait. I shouldn't be doing that. I shouldn't be doing that. It's all my fault about perpetuating the way that gig work is. But anyway, let's see. We got, looks like CLD's back. That's heckin' dope. And he's got the shift emoji. That's nice. He says, what's up from back, Mike? No good, decline. Yeah, definitely. We can do better. Oh, fast show, quality over quantity. Yeah, I gotcha. Okay. I gotta respond to some text real quick. So I'm gonna keep you guys on mute for a little bit, but I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I just had to respond to some texts. Some personal stuff, but it's all good. Let's see, Patricia's back. That's heckin' dope. Welcome back, Patricia. We dropped off that $525 General, and we're a little over $60, so we made our goal for the day, which is heckin' dope. We had to decline a $12.50 DoorDash because it was going like 7 miles. I'm not going that far for something like that. It's just not worth it. Plus, the drop-off point was northwest of here, northwest. That would just take me out in the sticks. But we're still at about 42% AR, so I don't know. I guess over the next few days, I guess it's possible that we get back to silver. I mean, I'm not actively trying to do silver. I don't really care. It's whatever. But, I mean, if it happens, I guess it's cool. I don't know. But yeah, we'll head back towards Winn-Dixie / Dollar General. See if we can scoop up another order from there. I can tell it's kind of dying down a bit. So we'll see how much longer I wind up staying out for. But either way, appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. You guys are heckin' dope. I know I did say that I have Valentine's Day planned as far as live streaming. I'll see if I want to do both day and night. I'll do at least one of them. And who knows, maybe I'll be in the mood before then. We'll see. Because for anyone that's relatively new to the channel, you know, I did have a long phase in my YouTube career. It was a little over 6 months where I was live streaming every day, multiple times a day. And it was just a big grind with me and some very supportive people to help get me to my monetization goals. It was mainly the watch time and stuff. And we did get there, so that was great. And then I got really burnt out from live streaming. So then during that time I wasn't making videos as much. So then I harkened back to making videos, and I've been feeling a little burned out from that. With some exception, I've been posting clips of Lucy and making some corny jokes of the day. So I'll still keep those series going because I know people like those. But I started feeling more in the mood to live stream my gig work again. So I was like, all right, we can do that again. And so we started doing that. And now it's just like, if I'm in the mood for it, I'll come out and live stream while I dash. And if not, then whatever, you know? So it's definitely heckin' dope. You do like the DoorDash shorts? Yeah, I like them too. I'm just getting kind of burned out from some of those shorts. You know, like, it comes and goes, you know? I ultimately just use my discretion because I know that people like regardless of what the format is, it could be a longer video, it could be a short, it could be a live stream. I know people like to tune into the channel. They just want to see me do something, you know? So as long as I'm doing something and I'm doing something that people like to see me do, and I feel up for it and want to do it as well, and there you go. Works out for everybody. Plus, you know, there's pros and cons to all three of them. To all three formats, there's pros and cons for sure. You figure live streaming can be more personal because I'm interacting with you guys in real time. And shorts can be up the alley of people that want to watch a lot of stuff, but just not in a lot of time. And then if some people have a little more patience and want to watch a longer video, your alley too. Hold on a second. Gotta mute you guys again. Okay. Anyway, what do we got here? How long has shipped been slow for you? More than a week now? Oh, it's been slow since it's been slow since the beginning of the year. So we're going what, almost a month and a half now. It just completely fell off after New Year's, which is weird because it kind of was like that in the past, but also not. I guess people just aren't ordering with shipped as much right now. I think it'll pick up at some point. This is like Charka for me. Oh, cool. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the channel and stuff. Appreciate you being here with us, Patricia. You are heckin' skedaddling over by Winn-Dixie. We're almost there. I take a lot of the same routes because they all lead to a lot of the same places. That's just how I roll. I feel like DoorDash Uber has been picking in your range of income, honestly. Yeah, it has. It's mainly DoorDash, but Uber Eats has picked up some slack, which is good. Uber Eats is still quite inconsistent because I'll get a few Uber Eats in a day, and then I'll go a couple days of not getting any. And Roadie's like that too. But I figure, it's better that I'm at least getting some on and off days than no days at all, right? But yeah, DoorDash has definitely picked up. It's definitely picking up the slack of some of these other apps of mine, which is good in a sense. Hey, what's up, Jack? Good to see you, man. You've done well with shipped too, with those bonuses. Oh yeah, like the holidays was great for shipped. That was definitely a solid time. I mean, it still wasn't like a slam dunk, other than those 3 days when I did quite well and broke some records for myself. And that was great, of course. But yeah, shipped has completely dropped off since the new year. So it's mainly been DoorDash picking up the slack. I'd say DoorDash at least half the income, probably more. And then I'd say 25% probably comes from Uber Eats and Roadie, and then the rest comes from Grubhub and Shipt. So, not the best. Actually, I would say that percentage is more skewed for Uber Eats and Roadie than Shipt. So that's probably more like 30-20 rather than 25-25. But hey, it's a good thing that I got multiple apps, you know? It's a good thing to have multiple apps because when one app is slow, another app might be busy. And I was even describing to Terry earlier, I don't know if you guys caught it, but I was describing to her earlier that it seems like, the life cycle of the gig worker is that you have these other apps that you do well with, and then they kind of taper off, and then you find yourself going back to DoorDash. I don't know if you guys have a similar experience like that, but I've just been noticing it, not just for myself, but I've even pointed it out in other people's chats. And then they're like, I think you're onto something. And then they find themselves talking about doing more DoorDash after their power apps like Walmart Spark or Instacart kind of die down. I don't know. It's funny. I just find it pretty interesting, DoorDash has been my top earnings for like 4 years now. Honestly, weird to say, but true. Yeah, DoorDash was my top app throughout 2025 for sure. 2024, 2024, it was more neck and neck between Shipt and DoorDash. But definitely 2025, I did about 2.5 times the amount on DoorDash compared to Shipt last year. So, yeah. Let's see. Jack says, "What's up, Mike?" Yeah, nothing much, dude. We're just out here dashing, and just it seems like it's starting to die down. But I'm gonna give it a little more time. It's 7:43, so I'll give it till 8. If I don't get anything by 8, then we'll head home. But hope you're having a good day too, Jack. We made a little over $60, so that's our daily goal for Wednesday. So we technically made the goal. So if we don't get anything else, it's like, all right, well, we'll see if we pull off 60 tomorrow, you know? Let's see. Jack says I bounced from Spark to Uber Eats to Spark depending on time of year. Yeah, there you go. So that's good. It's always good to have another option in your back pocket because you never know. You looked mainly earnings for me was DoorDash last year. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, roadie, I didn't make enough to qualify for a 1099. It was like $400 something. And Uber Eats, I didn't make enough to qualify for a 1099 for them either. About $400 something and change for them too. Grubhub, I actually did. It was around $900 something, and then everything else came from Shipped and DoorDash. So I have only dashed twice for 2 hours, keeping my baby sister company in Vegas. I have done private live while she dashed. Safety. Oh, right on. That's cool. Yeah. That's heckin' dope. Do you see the boosts or anything on Uber? Technically, they are available, but they're only available in Orlando. And Titusville is grouped with Orlando, even though they're different counties. I don't know why. Titusville is technically part of Brevard County, so I should have boosts from Brevard County, but I don't. But since Titusville is next to Orlando, even though they're grouped in the same region according to Uber Eats, even though there aren't boosts here. So, yeah, I don't really get to capitalize on that. But, I don't know. I don't really know how useful that would actually be anyway. Because you figure whenever they add promo pay or they do these boosts or missions or even these bonuses, like, they're cool. They are cool, especially if they're actually quite lucrative, like some of the shipped bonuses I've gotten. But a lot of the time, it's just manipulation to get us to take crap and think that we're making more money. And, you know, we might be making more money, but we're also, a lot of the time, we're also taking orders we might not generally take anyway. So while you might make some more money doing that, it is also manipulation from these apps. I think we could all at least see that, you know? I don't know. I don't know. Do I have to schedule with Uber Eats in Titusville? Thankfully, I don't. Yeah, they let me go online whenever. Just like Grubhub lets me go online whenever. Now, I know Grubhub, you can schedule a block, and that's supposed to prioritize you for offers. Does it work? I have no clue. I couldn't tell you because I don't get enough Grubhub orders. But yeah, I can go online whatever with Uber Eats in my area. I hope it stays that way. Well, actually, do I hope it stays that way? I don't know. I've heard mixed opinions about the scheduling thing, whether or not that actually helps minimize the amount of competition at a given time, or if it makes no difference, or if it actually makes it more difficult for you to get orders. I have no clue. Let's see. I helped my sister win her deactivation on DoorDash from pre-arbitration, helping her writing the pre-arbitration paperwork. Oh, right on. Yeah, it's a shame you got to go through all those hoops just to keep getting DoorDash orders and stuff. But hey, you got to do what you got to do, right? Let's see. My issue, you were deactivated DoorDash for 4 months in 2024, but you won with pre-arbitration. Hey, you did what you had to do. That's great. Some of these other creators that get deactivated, though, I wonder how they get reactivated. Like that Nugs guy. You guys ever hear that guy? Nugs, Nuggs. He was that guy that was exploiting earn by time from DoorDash. I don't know if that's what caused him to get deactivated, but I'm sure that had something to do with it. And he was deactivated for quite some time, and then he got reactivated somehow. It's like, wow, good for you, a big gig tuber that magically gets reactivated on the platform that he was exploiting. Wonder how that happened. If only we had that luxury too, right? Because if I get deactivated and there was reasonable enough reason, I guess, by their eyes, like, then that's that, you know? That's how Spark is treating me. They're pretty much, they basically made it seem like their reasoning to deactivate me was completely justified when I don't think it was, but I just don't feel like fighting that. It's been too long. You do know? Oh, yeah. Same here, veteran. You don't even see a schedule on DoorDash. Just, wow, really? So you don't even schedule on DoorDash? That's interesting. I know if you have Platinum, you can dash whenever you want in my market. Unless it's earned by time, because earned by time, they do limit the amount of time slots that you get. But I'm still able to schedule pretty much whenever, even without Platinum. Like, yeah, it's less available technically, but I never find myself having a hard time scheduling without it. It didn't used to be that way, though. Because the first year that I was doing Platinum back in 2024, I wasn't able to schedule without Platinum. So what I was doing is that I still had a car as my delivery vehicle, even though I was bike dashing, and I was dashing my way up to Platinum. And I think Jack saw some of those videos they were on my older channel when I was making my way up to Platinum. I still had a car as the delivery vehicle, even though I was dashing on my bike. And I got myself up to Platinum. And then I think it was a couple weeks later into having Platinum, I discovered that I can not only add a bicycle to my account, but I can also schedule hours for it. So then I was like, oh, okay. So this would be a really good reason for me to keep Platinum, is that I could schedule hours for a bike. 7.4 miles for a shipped order, $7 tip. Yeah, we're going to ignore that. And at some point last year, I was also, you know what happened? It was around this past September, October, because what happened is I wasn't getting enough orders to maintain the 100 in the last 30 days. You know, the 100 orders last 30 days, because that's how we have it here. And I was gold without using a Platinum pass. I was trying not to use the Platinum pass at the time. I had 3 of them. And I saw that I can schedule hours without Platinum for a bike. And I was like, oh, well, they must have changed this recently, because it wasn't always like that. Because in the past, whenever I would try to schedule a bike, they would never offer hours. You had to have a vehicle, not a bike. So that pretty much told me that even if I don't have Platinum, I can still schedule to dash. So I thought that was neat. And it's still like that to this day. So that's cool. I mean, hence why I'm dashing now, you know, despite the fact I don't have Platinum. And if you guys need to see for yourselves, no Platinum! So, that's heckin' dope. I mean, if I ever get back to Platinum, I guess that would be cool, or not. I don't know. It seems like the only orders I don't get without the rewards program are the hidden tip orders. That's pretty much it. Maybe the catering, I guess. I mean, is it worth working back up to? I have no clue. I'm just taking it step by step, day by day. Just seeing what's best at a given moment in time, using my discretion. Because that's just how I roll. We get deactivated on DoorDash, we full fighting it out to the fullest. Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely hate to lose DoorDash. I would hate to lose Shipped and DoorDash. I would say like those would be the two apps that I would not want to lose. But they're also the apps I've had the longest. So I've had Shipped for almost 6 years, since July 2020. And then a few months later, I signed up with DoorDash. So over 5 years for DoorDash. So right around when the big 19 happened, if you know what I mean, the big 19 that forever changed the world. Right around that time. That was also when I used to work at Target, and I wanted to work at my gym. So I put in my 2 weeks to work at my gym. And I was supposed to work my way up to being a personal trainer. They wanted me to start up front and clean toilets. And I did that. They didn't have the payroll for a male trainer. They didn't have the payroll for that. And 6 months went by, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to keep waiting. So I put in my 30-day resignation at that place. So I worked there for 7 months. And then I just went all in on gig work, and I've been doing that since. So that's just me. Let's see. Jack says, "Oh yeah, I remember those vids." Yeah. I don't think I have them public. I'd have to double check, but I don't really advertise my past channel because it's like, well, I'm not active on it anymore. You know, it's like it's a new chapter. No need to revisit an old chapter when that book's already closed, right? 100% AR days. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's still cool to have the bragging rights of being the unofficial record holder for a bike dash and have 100% AR. It's pretty cool having those bragging rights. And for anyone that might have not picked up on my channel around that time, I still have those live streams public on this channel where I was pursuing the 100% acceptance rate. So if you ever want to check them out sometime, go ahead. That's up to you. Catering orders, maybe. Yeah, I haven't seen any catering orders without the rewards program, which I gotta say, I don't agree with. I don't think they should be paywalling those kind of orders. If we're supposed to be independent contractors that get any opportunity, I don't think they should be doing that. Because, like, that kind of gets rid of the whole appeal of equality of opportunity. Like, technically, we're supposed to have equality of opportunity as gig workers, but if they're not even giving us non-platinum dashers the ability to get catering orders, I just think that's ridiculous. But I don't know. I digress on that one. Hidden tip orders ain't the same from 2020. The payouts ain't the same. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's kind of cool to get them, I guess, but at the same time, it is pretty shady when they do that. It's like we know what's going on, right? We know that when they put the plus sign, the total afterwards is what it actually was instead of just giving us that. You know, it's just a bunch of it's more manipulation from these apps. Like I see right through it. It's just more manipulation. It's supposed to be a way to make us feel good and be like, oh wow, so this order was supposed to be $5 plus. It's actually $5 and a penny. Wow. Oh, look at that. We got an order. Okay, this order is not great. It's only $3.75. Well, it's only going a mile. Not even a mile, actually. It's 2 items to Dollar General. And actually, it's taking me south. So, yeah, I'll take it. Not a great order, but I'm going to take it.
Bike north.
Because it's going to take me closer to the house. And I figure maybe we could just wrap up after this. Or maybe we can hold off possibly for another order. I don't know, but it's looking like the dashing might be coming to an end soon tonight. Because, you know, it's just kind of dying down and grindy. You know, like we're starting to wait considerable amount of time just to get an order. But we'll go for this one. So I'm going to pay myself $3.75 to make my way back to the house. How about that? I mean, one person can look at that order and be like, oh, it's not even $4, instant decline. I see that, and I'm like, yeah, it is under $4. So on paper, it's not good, but hey, if it's taking me closer to the house, I'm basically paying myself to go home. I don't know. Like, fundamentally, it might sound the same, but the perspective is different, you know? It's like the glass is half empty versus the glass is half full. They might seem the same on the surface, but the perspective is the difference. It's got a case pack of water and a case pack of soda. Let's see. You were definitely the first and only one, I bet. Yeah, probably. So I got bragging rights. Even if I'm no longer the only one, I'm the first. And the foist is not the waist. As I always say, foist, not the waist. I know 2019 was a whole different ball game for DoorDash, Top Dasher days. Yeah, I just missed out on that. But I heard that was a good time. I heard that was like a renaissance era for DoorDash. I mean, it's kind of cool in a sentimental way, but let's be honest, those days are never going to come back. But, oh well. The plus orders on DD are more like 25 cents more. Yeah, I've noticed that a lot too when I used to have Platinum. Patricia says perfect. Let's roll. Yes. All right, I'll be right out, guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. You were heckin' dope.
I said I will come home tonight and not be able to put that. Oh, they only put it on. Shut up, because she's going to beat you. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Oops, daisy. Hold on. There we go. Oh. Whoops, a daisy. Okay, there we go. Let me just close up. Okay, what do we got? Oh, it looks like Pokes is here. What's up, dude? Good to see you. Jack's going to the beach. The biggest thing and stuff. Going for a casual ride. Noise. My lady was confused, Jack. Hey, what's up, Yvonne? Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. We're doing what is probably going to be our last DoorDash of the night. Probably. Not going to completely roll it out yet. On my way. So this will put us at 64 and change. So that puts us a few bucks above our goal today. Our goal was 60 bucks. So you figure a little over 64 bucks. Yep, not too bad. It was moderately busier with DoorDash earlier. It's definitely starting to die down. The wait times in between orders is definitely taking longer. So usually that's a good sign to just close up shop pretty soon. But I figured this order is going to take us towards the house. So I'll give myself the option to maybe try to get an order from the 7-Eleven on the way, or to just head back home. But hope you're having a good day, Yvonne. Did you have the W2 today? Feel free to let me know about your day in the comment section down below. Ow! Okay. Let's see, we got... Oh, is that Wendy? Mrs. Womble KC? Wendy? Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. I had Ray in here earlier. He was hanging out. So that was heckin' dope, too. And he was showing me that channel member emoji that he made me. It was really cool, man. He wound... Yeah. Oh, okay, it is Wendy. Nice. How's it going, Wendy? He was showing me that channel membership emoji he made me because I had no idea. I didn't know I was his first channel member. So I definitely felt honored. And that was a heckin' dope emoji post-show. And if there's any way for me to remember that I'm a Womble, it would be a heckin' dope emoji like that. Plus, you two are really sweet people. I'm definitely glad I met you. You guys are heckin' dope. Hope you're having a good day today. Let's see. Yvonne worked the W2. Nice. You did a Walmart order before that? Also nice. Very nice. Yeah, we pretty much did one roadie this morning, and everything else has been DoorDash. Uber Eats tried to send me an order, but it wasn't too good. Plus, it would make me backtrack from where I was at. So I figured, yeah, screw that, you know? And we did get a $10 tip from the shipped order that I did yesterday, so that was pretty cool. So that's pretty much how we made our $60 goal. I mean, I've said before that if I make my daily goal and I still have time and it's still busy, that I'll try to stay out and get more orders done. But this past hour has definitely been quite slow. I think we've done, what, maybe 2 orders the past hour? Actually, it's been longer than an hour, I think. So, not too much action. And I didn't expect too much for Wednesday anyway. You know, Wednesday is definitely one of my slower days for work. Alongside Tuesday and Thursday. Well, actually, Monday through Thursday are not the best, let's just say. The only, ideal time is the weekend. But I still go out every day. Just trying to collect as many pennies as I can, you know? Okay, I think we're good. I just don't feel like getting ran over out here. Let's see, Womble on a bike. Yeah, it's definitely a cool emoji. I look forward to putting that emoji in the chat and things and stuff. Let's see. Looks like Patricia subscribed to Wendy. That's heckin' dope. We're coming up to the place. But yeah, I think we're gonna head home after this, just because we've been waiting a while, and you know, with it kind of dying down for the night, it's usually a sign to just wrap up. But hey, we made our goal, so that's good. Sunday is my best. Tuesday is your worst. That's pretty similar to me, actually. In fact, you know, 2 of those days, Jack. 2 of those days when I actually pulled off $200 plus. They were both on Sunday. And historically, Sunday's been a pretty solid day for me to do gig work. In fact, actually, this past Sunday was my highest earning day of the month so far, at about $108, which I know doesn't sound very impressive, but, you know, my circumstances, it's pretty freaking good, actually. And that was slightly better than Saturday, and Saturday was a little better than Friday. Even though I would say more often than not, Friday is a bit better than Saturday. But all 3 of them are solid days. Oh, I actually gotta go this way. Yeah. Alright, we'll cut through. Let's see. Patricia says, have a wonderful night, everyone. Appreciate you hanging out with me today, Patricia. Hope to see you again sometime. You are heckin' dope. Okay, that is 6. Alright, so it's not this one. I think I gotta keep going straight. Sure, I think people tip the most that day. Probably. I know a lot of people placing their shopping orders on Sundays for. And then Friday and Saturday is predominantly food delivery for me. I noticed this past weekend especially where like most of the orders I got were food delivery. And then during the week it's usually either a mix of the two or it's slightly biased towards shopping orders. And I know a lot of shopping orders are kind of crap and stuff, but hey, whatever it takes for me to make a nickel or two out here. That's just how we roll. Well, what do I keep saying? The math adds up. The math adds up. Yeah, puppies. Okay, let's see. Is this the place? That is. Oh, yeah, it's right here. Okay. All right, I'll be right up. Just made it. Hey, how's it going? Yep, that's me. Come on, baby. Whatever. Okay. Bye, puppy. Alright, we're all done. I'm gonna say, yeah, I think we're gonna wrap up. I don't really see me get anything else right now. Yeah, cool. We are about $64 richer. And let's see, how well did we do tonight? All right, so we were out for 2 hours and 41 minutes. We went 17 miles. We did we got that $10 tip from Shipped. We did 30-50. All right, so we did 40-50 in 2 hours, 41 minutes. So not great, but hey, we came out, we made a few bucks, right? Let me see. Is there a Lucy walk happening tonight? Let me check the battery life on here. It says 41%, so yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, I'll keep the stream running. I mean, I take Lucy out, even if I don't stream, I take her out anyway, but I figure we got enough battery life on the phone, so I'll keep it running so we can take Lucy out together. So let's see, 40, 50 plus 24, 25. So we did 64.75, and we found that dollar bill on the ground. So technically we did 65.75 today. So we made a little over $5 above our $60 goal. So, hey, not bad. Not bad for me anyway. Not bad for me. I mean, if you're driving a car and you're in a very busy city and you're only making $65, I would be concerned. I would be very concerned. But if you're in a much more modest market on a bike, like I am, making $65, it's not the same $65. Plus, you figure my expenses are a lot lower, probably, if I had to guess. I know when I used to dash in a car, man, I felt like a lot of, at least 30% of my hard-earned money was just being put back into driving that friggin' rust bucket that would just gobble up at my wallet, but would have to depend on it just to make some money, you know? It's like, yeah. I don't blame people for getting fatigued from gig work because of the expenses. I really don't blame people for that at all. Or if they relegate gig work to part-time because of it, I don't blame them for doing that either. Oh, here's some bats. Let's see. Good job, Mike. Who do you use for taxes? I use H&R. Believe it or not, I actually use Cash App for taxes. Cash App is completely free. Like, they don't charge you to use their service at all. It's completely free. So I started using them in 2024, and I've been using them ever since, and I've had no trouble whatsoever. So, well, fingers crossed. Hopefully Uncle Sam doesn't knock on my door about anything, but so far so good. Plus, you can make an account on the IRS website to check your taxes and everything. And I didn't see anything there, so I'm assuming that Uncle Sam is okay. I'm assuming he's not going to come barricading, going to just bring down my door, be like, FBI, open up, and just break through my house and find me and be like, hey, Mike, you owe $5.14. But yeah, I figure, hey, if it doesn't cost money to file, personally, I don't think it should cost us anything to file. I think that's just freaking bogus. It's like we're required by law to do that, and then they're going to charge us money to do that, something that we're supposed to do by law, or we get in trouble. It's like, what? I think that's so stupid. But I know why they did it. They did it because freaking TurboTax went to the federal government, and they were like, oh, hey, instead of how the rest of the world does it, where you can go directly to their respective IRS to file and confirm your taxes for free, how about we do it? That way you guys don't have to worry about it, though. And they were like, okay. And then you got TurboTax, H&R Block, and all these other big companies charging us to do something that's free around the rest of the world. Not only that, but it takes longer in the United States than anywhere else in the world to file taxes. You know how long it takes for people to file taxes in Japan? 7 minutes. You know how many hours it takes in the United States? At least 3 to 5. Imagine that. Like, the average person is spending 3 to 5 hours filing taxes in the United States, and it takes 7 minutes in Japan. What's up with that? That's freaking crazy, dude. And a lot of us gotta pay money. We gotta pay money on top of the amount of time that we're investing just to file taxes to not get in trouble. Isn't that freaking crazy when you think about it? I hope I'm not the only one that thinks that's freaking nuts. That is absolutely wild. But I digress. I digress indeed. $5.14. Yeah. The Jack says cool beans. Yeah, 39%. Yeah, bloody nuts. Indeed. It's like, imagine the fact that United States is often considered the most prosperous country in the world, but we also have to turn everything into just money grubbing. Everything has to be a money-making niche. Everything has to. And then it gets exploitative. Very, very exploitative. It's a real shame. It's a real shame. Because, you know, the thing is, like, I'm not against people making money at all. I'm just against people exploiting other people. But no, like, let's forget about that, and let's just blame the driver on everything. Right? Let's just blame the driver on everything. Oh, it's the driver's fault that there's a bunch of crappy orders on DoorDash. Oh, it's the driver's fault that everything goes wrong with his orders. Oh, it's the driver's fault that the gig apps continue to lower the pay or give us no base pay at all. Maybe eventually charge us to use the platforms to depend on work for. Yeah, just blame it on the driver. Get mad at the wrong people. That way we continue infighting rather than actually being like, oh, hey, instead of the drivers going on these pointless strikes in the hope that things change for the better, which never freaking works. I don't know how many times I got to tell you all that never freaking works. How about we band together with the people that are actually financially supporting DoorDash? The customer, the merchants, the investors. That's where the money's at. But no, let's continue to fight each other pointlessly on the internet. And then when you say something that you disagree with or that you don't like to hear, you just tell them that they're gaslighting you. Right? Let's just continue doing that instead. Freaking joke. What a freaking joke. It's just unbelievable. We never had to file taxes back home unless we were a business. Yeah, there you go, right? Just, it was so much simpler and easier. Because the thing is, like, the government already has this information. It's just that in the United States, they send that info to these third-party businesses like TurboTax. And then whenever we put in the wrong information, and then Uncle Sam's coming knocking on our door, then who do you think's making money from the auditing? The freaking tax, the tax return places like TurboTax. That's where they make their money. They don't make their money selling us their services to do something that's free and takes almost no time anywhere else in the world. They do it when we screw up our taxes. When we screw up our taxes and we get audited for it, that's where they make their money. And they're making billions per year doing that, dude. They're making billions from having us depend on them and then putting in the incorrect information. Like, that is just so messed up. That is so freaking messed up. But nothing's being done about it, and honestly, I don't even know where to begin with that. I don't even know what the heck how we would go about something like that. I wouldn't even know. But hey, you know, I guess on the bright side, Cash App is completely free to file with, so I'm like, screw it. Hey, if that keeps money in my pocket and Uncle Sam is satisfied, then so freaking be it, right? I guess that's kind of a compromise. And it's pretty easy to use too, if you guys haven't used it before. I figure might as well tell you guys about it, try to save you guys some money off your tax bill. Oh, Lucy's at the door. Hi, Lucy. Good to see you, sweetie. And I got a package from Amazon. Speaking of exploitation, let me get my Amazon package real quick. Hi, sweetie. Monkey's happy to see you, baby. Yeah, I ordered a box of cereal. It was the same price as in the store, except I didn't want to go to the store. So I just ordered it online instead. I get a lot of my bike stuff from there too. check that out later. Let's see. They would take out our taxes on each wage pay. Never had to worry about it all till I started my own business. Yeah. I hear you. What we got? All right. Yeah, I'll have to get back to that in a bit. Just throwing my bike on charger. I let my bikes charge overnight. That way, when I wake up in the morning, they're ready to go. Get my water. Then I got to get Lucy's collar. I keep the leash in my pocket because you never know. Like sometimes I'll see strange dogs walking towards us, and I'll just throw the leash on her. It's not her that I don't trust. It's just I don't know the dogs, you know. I'll take you guys off here. All right. Oh, one more thing. My light. So yeah, this front light that I have, it's this one here. This is the light that I use whenever I ride at night. But since it's detachable, I also use it as a flashlight whenever I take Lucy out for walks. So it's got that multi-function to it. I'm gonna turn this off real quick. Okay. Hi, Lucy. He is. Hi, baby. Okay, hold on, sweet. Yeah, hold on, sweetie. Oh, there she is. Hi, baby. All right, let me get your collar. Okay, time to head out. Oh, hey, Sonny. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in, Sonny. You are heckin' dope. I just got done with my dashing for the night. So I made a little over $65, which is a little over $5 above my $60 goal for the day. So, you know, not amazing or anything, but it's, I made the goal. So there you go, right? I made a few nickels, just like Charles said. All right, hold on, Lucy. I gotta put your collar on, baby. Don't. Okay, there you go. Good girl. Look at that tail. Oh my goodness. Look at that tail. Okay. All right, get him, Lucy. All right, let me pull out the flashlight. Bam. Yeah, this is for anyone that's just coming in. This flashlight I'm holding. This is the light I put on my bike. It's detachable, so I use it like a flashlight too. Super bright. Look at that, dude. You can see everything. If I shined it up to the heavens, I could probably see God sitting on the toilet. Not that I would want to see that. I probably could. Although that'd be weird. But how'd you do tonight, Sonny? Did you make a few bucks? You get any spark orders? I know you were doing one earlier. I think it was a spark order. Let's see. We got the Great Cornholio in the chat too. Oh, there's a rabbit. Get him, Lucy. Oh, you missed the rabbit, sweetie. They ran over that one. Let's see. Yeah, the Great Cornholio is asking if I have TP. I do have TP, but it's for my bunghole. So I can't provide any. It's only for my bunghole. Let's see. Sonny says I did good today. Nice. That is heckin' dope. Glad to hear you did good. But yeah, Great Cornholio. If you go to Family Dollar, if you get that Angel Soft knockoff, You know, the Family Dollar brand of Angel Soft. You could get one of those 12 packs for about $5. So if you happen to have a $5 bill lying around, you could get some TP for your bunghole. Let's see. Sonny says you did Spark only today. I got you. Yeah, I got one roadie order this morning. Everything else was DoorDash. But I did get a $10 tip from a shipped order yesterday, so that was cool. And Uber Eats did send me an offer, but it was going the opposite direction of where I was going, so I wound up declining it. Plus the order that I got afterwards from DoorDash was better. So it worked out. Man, she's like running way ahead of me right now. Yeah, slow down, sweetie. Good girl, Lucille. Just don't cross the street just yet. Gotta make sure the coast is clear. People be flying down the street, man. I mean, Lucy's very good about waiting. She actually looks both ways. I'm sure you guys have seen it before. She's a smart girl. All right. Wait, Lucy. Okay, good girl. Get him, Lucy. Man, I swear it's probably going to take like another year for them to fix this thing. What do they got going on over here now? I don't know. Let's see. Ray says, I saw the video today of you sitting on the throne when Lucy came to visit. Yeah, she does that, man. I'll keep the bathroom door open, and when she's ready to go, she'll just barge right in. She does that to her mom too. Whenever her mom is on the toilet and she's ready to go out, she'll just barge right in the bathroom. Let's see, we got Braxton Klein. Thanks for popping in tonight. Appreciate you being here. They say, I had a dog named Lucy that ran away when I was young. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Did you guys ever get to find your Lucy dog? Or were they just like gone for good? Lucy actually got lost one time. So her mama and her, they went to one of the trails that they like to go to. And they were playing with some friends on that trail. They must have saw something in the woods, so they ran towards it. But Lucy got lost, and my landlord couldn't find her, so she was just looking everywhere for her. And then they were talking to people on the side of the road, being like, "Oh, have you seen a Shar-Pei?" And somebody told her that they saw a Shar-Pei crossing the highway and like just running along the side of the highway. So not like on the highway itself, but Lucy crossed the highway and then was running on the sidewalk area that runs parallel to the highway. And my landlord, she was just looking everywhere for Lucy. And then she rolled back home to see if Lucy made it back home. And wouldn't you know it, she was sitting in front of the door, waiting at the house. I wasn't home at the time, so I had no idea what was happening. And she called me and told me about what the heck happened. It was crazy, dude. So the park that she likes to go to, it's about 2 miles east of us. So Lucy found her way back home. Hold on a second. Okay. Is it still spinning? Hope we're not still spinning. Hope we're not still spinning. It might have dropped out. There is a network dropout spot back that way. I could also check my other phone. Oh, there's the rabbit. Get him, Lucy. All right, Sonny says, okay, back. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was actually, I don't know if you guys heard, but I was telling the story about how Lucy, wow, she's chasing the rabbit again. Get him, Lucy. I don't know if you guys, or how much of it you heard, but I was telling the story how Lucy got lost at the one park that's east from here. And she actually wound up crossing the highway and running on the sidewalk that's parallel to the highway back home. And it was just a freaking miracle, dude. I wasn't home, but she managed to find her way back home. And I mean, she must have known, you know, because, you know, Lucy, you figure dogs have a really good sense of smell, right? But Lucy also pays attention. Whenever my landlord, like either my landlord or me, if I'm babysitting, whenever we drive her to the parks, and she's in the back seat, running back and forth, looking out the windows, I know she's paying attention. Because we'll go to certain areas and she'll just know where she is, and then she'll start talking, you know? She'll start doing her little happy cries because she knows where she's at and she knows what's going on. It's just so cool. You know, yeah, Sonny says she's a smart girl, definitely. Yeah, that was scary. Because I wasn't home, I was out working. And yeah, she just called me up. She's like, you wouldn't believe what happened with Lucy. And I'm like, what happened? And then she was just telling me about how someone saw her crossing the highway, somehow not getting hit either. I think it's because Lucy looks both ways before she crosses the road. You guys have seen it too. Like, during the daytime when I would take you guys out for her afternoon walks, she looks both ways, man. She's smart. She knows what she's doing. But it was just such a relief, such a miracle that she made it back home safe like that. Let's see. Ray says, I'd look after my neighbor's sheepdog when I was a kid. Dad and I'd take out for long walks on Wimbledon Common. We'd lose him up there. He'd beat out our doorstep when we got home. Clever dog. Yeah, indeed. Very clever. She's smarter than a lot of people. She's also sweeter than a lot of people, too. Just a sweet, beautiful baby. Well, she's not really a baby. She's going to be 7 this year, but you know what I mean. The time has really been flying, dude. She was only about a year old when my landlord got her from a previous owner, I think. And she's going to be 7 already. Man, where the years go by. Braxton said nope about not finding the dog. Oh, hello. You are also being recorded. Every time I pass that house, it lets me know I'm being recorded. Hey, that's cool. I know it's supposed to discourage people. Yeah, it's a nice power box, Lucy. You gonna mark it? Nah. Let's see. Sonny says, my son Anthony has had dogs that would get out of their fence years ago. One was deaf. One would walk into the grocery store. People would freak out. He couldn't hear them telling him to leave. Yeah, I see. Alright, we're safe. Alright. We're gonna start heading back, sweetie. You gotta do a little more business off the canal. It was pretty comical. Yeah, I can imagine that. You know, I'm just doing my grocery shopping, and then there's just a dog casually walking around. I could definitely see that. Heck, I mean, Lucy's kind of like that. You figure Lucy, she is a service animal, so she's allowed to go to places like Petco. My landlord, she loves taking her to Petco. She'll get her dog food and dog treats and all that. And one of Lucy's favorite traditions, they got those doggy bins with the toys in them. And one of them has like those crunchy donut shaped, like I forgot what they're made out of, but they're like those crunchy donuts. She always picks one whenever she goes to Petco, and she'll just pick it out of her mouth, and my landlord will have to get a second one. That way the cashier can actually scan it while Lucy's holding the donut in her mouth. And she holds it in her mouth the whole time. And then when she gets back home, she goes right in the middle of the living room. She'll plop down like a sphinx and just start eating her donut. She does that every time she goes to Petco. It's just so cute. It's like bringing your kids to the store and they get to pick out a toy, you know, like a toy or their favorite snack or candy. It's pretty much Lucy's tradition. And it's all because she's a service animal. Oh, I got you. Yvonne says, my grandpup dug a hole by the fence, ran off a couple times. Yeah, honestly, Lucy's never ran from home, thankfully. If anything, that's what I was telling you guys earlier, that was her running back home, you know? And I mean, she must have been scared, dude. She must have been scared. So her first instinct was, I know how to get back home. So ran back home. So it's like, you know, you guys are telling me about your dogs running away from home. And then that story was Lucy running back home after getting lost. So it's kind of funny how that works, you know? It's like the opposite. Oh, what do we got here? Yeah, it's a spider. Hello, spider. I don't know if you're venomous or not, so I'm gonna leave you alone. How about that? You never know. It seems like a coin flip possibility when you see a spider, whether or not it's venomous. I mean, it seems like most spider venom isn't that harmful to humans, so it's probably just the fact they're kind of creepy looking. Not to judge, not trying to judge a book, not trying to judge a spider book by its sticky cover, so to speak, but they are kind of creepy. And let's see, Sunny says Lucy is living her best life. Oh yeah, man. I mean, you figure her previous owner, like the first year of her life, or like first 9-11 months of her life, she was locked behind a baby gate stairwell in a home with kids, you know? It's like, what the heck was the point? So Lucy went from that to not only having the whole house, and not only having a front yard, side yard, and backyard for her, you know, for her pleasure and all that, but gets to go to the park every day, and not just any one park, but multiple parks throughout the week. And she gets to bug her unkie to take her out in the afternoons and evenings for her walks. So, and she's got two fully loaded toy bins, and she's always got tons of treats. So, I mean, yeah, she's living her best life. Let's see, Sunny asks, did they fix the hole, Yvonne? And then Ray says, definitely creepy spider. Yeah. And the way they just stand there, you know? You know what's funny is that a lot of spiders, they have like 2 or 3 sets of eyes, and yet they have really bad vision. It's almost like, why do they even have the eyes, you know? If they can't even see particularly well, then it almost seems useless to have more eyes. Because I'm kind of thinking like, you know, if they can tap into their genetics and sort of like evolve out of having more eyes, then maybe they can put that towards like their sensory capabilities, I suppose. Because spiders have really good senses, you know, you figure all those hairs on their bodies, it's kind of like electroreception. Not quite, but you know what I mean. So, I don't know. I digress. Now, let's see. Ray says she has her peanut butter jar. Oh, yeah, that too. We got to get another one of those, like, peanut butter balls for her. We used to have a couple. She had a white one, an orange one, and a green one. What you do is you just fill it up with peanut butter. You throw it in the freezer so it freezes. And then she just eats it out, you know, cleans it out. She really likes those. Hey, Deb, how's it going? Good to see you. Deb says, Henwo, Mikey, the Bikey, and Lucy. Yeah, I was dashing a couple hours earlier, and we did all right. We made our $60 goal for the day, a little over $65, so not too shabby. And I'm hoping to do similar, or even better tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. And let's see, Sunny says, that's good, Yvonne. Sunny says, hi to Deb. Deb says, hi to Sunny. Wendy says, Charlotte from Charlotte's Web is the only spider I like. Yeah. That's a good spider. I remember that movie. It was a cute film. Then Yvonne says hi to Deb. And Deb says hi to Yvonne. Nice. But yeah, we're just about to get back to the house. And I'll be wrapping up after that. You like the jumpy ones? They're cute till they jump. Yeah, I agree. You know, those spiders have incredible agility. They're actually some of the only animals in the animal kingdom that can catch fruit flies in midair. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. But you guys notice how, like, if you try to use your fly whacker thing to get a fruit fly out of the air, and just how difficult it is? That's because fruit fly, the eyes, they take up most of their head, kind of like a dragonfly. So they technically have 360-degree vision, and they see the world in slower motion. They say their reaction time is like 25% faster than humans. So we're only moving at 0.75 speed whenever we're trying to, you know, attack a fruit fly. And jumping spiders are among the only animals that can actually catch them mid-flight. And mid-flight is just ridiculous because fruit flies are also incredibly agile, and they can make much sharper turns and fly backwards. Also another fun fact. I think animals are pretty fascinating, so I can't say I haven't. I'd be lying if I said that I haven't looked into some animal facts in my spare time, because I just think they're pretty cool. Let's see, Sunny says, no, I didn't know that. Interesting. Yes. Okay, we're back home. Let's see, I took the... Yeah, that's right. Wait, did I go on through the garage? Yeah, I think it was the garage. Yeah, it was the garage. Had to think about that for a second. You like learning things like that too? Yeah, it's like, you know, it's that kind of information that, you know, might not have practical use for a lot of things, but it's just fun. You know, sometimes just learning new stuff for the fun of learning it is cool. That's just me. Okay. All right. Good night, Lucille. Unky loves you, baby. Get some sleep. All right, let's see. Ray says, I was in my workshop one day, and a bloody big spider startled me. I dropped some bright blue powder paint on it. It was funny seeing blue spots wander around the workshop every now and again. I could see that. You know, there actually is a blue spider. It's a species of tarantula. I forgot what they're called. I forgot what they're at, but if I'm not mistaken, they're the only blue spider in the world. They're also the most endangered tarantula in the world, too. I'd have to look a little more into that. But I did see a short on them. I'm like, dude, that is so cool. Because tarantulas, they're freaking huge. And then you see one, and it's blue. And it's like, oh my god, that's cool. It's so blue that it can moderate a YouTube channel. Get it? Because, you know, if you're a moderator, you blue. Anyway. Let's see. Ray says goodnight to Lucy. Sunny says, LOL, Ray, poor spider. I don't like them, but I feel like they get a bad rap. Yeah, they do. It's like they're creepy, and at least half of them are venomous, but they're really good pest control. So if you want good pest control, then keep spiders around, I guess. You know? They especially like mosquitoes. And you figure in Florida, lots of them, so I would have pooped if it was that big. Yeah, I agree. Flying, thankfully, wasn't part of a spider. And then Yvonne says, goodnight, Mikey. Yeah, right on. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up now. So I appreciate everyone that's been hanging out with me, everyone that's been popping in. You guys are heckin' dope. And I appreciate everyone that was sending jewels, everyone that's continued their membership with the Cobb Squad, the people that have been gifting channel memberships. We had a couple of people doing that earlier today. You guys are heckin' dope. But anyway, love you guys. Appreciate the continued support of my channel. And I'll see you around. Take care.